This isn't a normal Red Lair episode. What you're about to hear comes from the classified Red Lair files, material pulled from outside the Red Lair weekly show. In episode 4, we recovered a phone. It's a Red Lair file, a message left on that phone for Red Mosh. We'll be back soon with full Red Lair episodes. Until then, we'll consider unclassifying more of the Red Lair files. Check back often. Subscribe and enable notifications, and we'll get right to the debriefings and dissemination of information. I won a bet. Red Mosh bet I wouldn't say dissemination without laughing.
Good. We'll get the dimensional realities and Red Mosh under control.
I gave up on reality the minute I set foot in the Red Lair.
I mean, welcome to the Red Lair.
Control, Red Mosh. Control, or consequences.
Red Mosh, hey, I know you're busy with the show and the situation, but you should probably hear this before Nollybuck tries anything else. Before that phone rings again. This isn't about me. It's about Randy. The good Wicklow. The clean one. The one they tried to save. Randy Wicklow, chief of maintenance at the Midtown Galleria Mall. 23 years old and drinking the Kool-Aid of the decade Taekwondo. Top Gun Karate Kid with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Nothing major, though. The kind of guy who believes that if he punches hard enough, his life becomes a montage. Nepotism helped. Nollybuck owned the music store. Randy got a job that involved mostly walking around looking heroic. We follow Randy through the liminal back halls. Flickering lights. Old employees-only doors. The place feels wrong, but Randy doesn't notice. He only notices that the place could use more mirrors. Randy enters the small, dusty bookstore. The store was tucked in an odd corner of the mall, near the escalators. It looked like it had been there forever. Yet he only vaguely remembered the place, if at all. He knew for certain he had never seen the woman behind the counter before. Behind the counter. The girl. The woman, metalhead, Ride the Lightning shirt, Guns N' Roses Rip magazine, FNM scrawled on her hand. FNM notably short for Faith No More, which happens to be her favorite band. The FNM drawn in ink pen is just a placeholder for the real tattoo she's been contemplating for months. Randy sees her and is done. Roundhouse kick to his heart. He's smitten. She doesn't even look at him, just flips an old Exodus cassette over in her pink and black Walkman. Hits play. The tiny speakers hissing. Randy finally notices the place. Not a single trade paperback or even a regular book in sight, just hundreds, maybe thousands of strange, brittle volumes with no titles. Somewhere in the back, in a corner so dark it shouldn't exist inside a building, Randy thinks he hears someone muttering, whispering, laughing. It sounds like his brother. For a moment, he expects to see his brother Nolan emerge from behind that dark bookshelf. But then silence returns, followed closely by reality. Both are deafening and quite uncomfortable, really. But that's just his dumbness turned up to 11. He's too busy squinting at a shrunken head to realize he has walked into an occult bookstore that has literally never existed in this town before today. Hey, meat store. Do you have that new Stephen King? The Dark Half, something like that? So, FNM. What's that, a radio station? Her face drops. Faith no more. Mike Patton, the real thing was, well, epic. So she's basically in the running to chair their fan club. He's asking her if FNM is a radio station. Not to mention he's asking for a Stephen King book in a Zelda dungeon. Randy nods like he knew. In fact, he did not know shit. And that was it. The moment a universe decided, no, Randy, not today. Not today, Randy. Randy, humiliated, glances at the display window where something ancient sits. A phonograph, a priceless relic that preceded all modern recording equipment. It's what they used to record music and, well, other stuff before records and electricity. Anyways, more about that thing later. It's crazy. There's a big placard, like a sign in front of this thing. Wicklow, Historical Preservation Collection. The Wicklows own the mall. Randy's a Wicklow. His brother Nolan Nollybuck Wicklow owned a music store. Nollybuck's Music and More. Half music, records, tapes, CD store, and the other half, the big half, that was the instrument store. Guitars, amps, and kits for days. Music isn't all the Wicklows were selling out of that store. The Wicklows are bad, real bad. A recording device from the 1850s should not be in a mall bookstore. But the Wicklows collected all kinds of impossible things. Randy leaves. The bell jingles in a way that feels wrong, like it rings one more time than it should. The voices, the laughter from the dark corner reemerges as he reaches for the handle to open the door. As he opens the door, exiting the store, the voices rush past him and through him like a cold, heavy breeze. And just as quickly as before, it is gone, and our friend Randy chalks it up to his imagination, the set up his own brother. Welcome to the Gallery Mall. May we crush your soul? You ever walk into Nollybuck's music during the evening rush? Neon lighting, dark corners, old records, new records, cassette tapes for days. Guitars stacked like trophies on every wall. The whole place smelling like expensive electronics and cheap incense. The best and worst of the 70s and 80s roll into one trippy music store. That's where this part starts. Randy walks in, clean-cut mall, golden boy, and he tells his brother, I need a guitar, and I need you to teach me quick. And his brother, Nollybuck, just stops, not theatrical, just stops mid-strum. You can hear the whole room exhale. Then he asks him, what's her name, kid? Randy tries to play dumb, a real stretch, as he contemplates whether he has any pants to match any of the guitars he's interested in. While it turns out he has a pair of jeans, Randy's still not quicker than his older brother. Nollybuck lays it out. Come on, 23 years, and you never wanted to touch a lick of Sabbath. Now suddenly you want to be Eddie Van Halen? You're looking for them licks, all right. What is her name? Randy cracks. She likes Metallica and is really into some radio station, probably a metal station, FNM. And Nollybuck smirks like he just won a bet with the universe. He pulls down this gorgeous guitar one that never hangs on the wall unless he wants to show off. Best one in the shop that ain't in my private stash. Y'all keep out of my private stash. He says, I'll have ya playing Skinnerd in a month, kid. Work on them licks. Randy lights up, steps away from Nollybuck in shock. A month? And then Nollybuck drops it. There's a price, Randy. You're a Wicklow kid. You know better than anyone there's always a goddamn price. The whole air of the store shifts. You know, that mall air feeling static, recycled. Humming? It tightens. Need your ass. Working the loading dock, he says. End of the year rush inventory. And the other stuff. Hey, Randy tries to stand his ground. Nolan, I'm not getting involved in the loading dock side of the business. But Nollybuck just leans in, smelling blood. Kid, you already are. And that's the last normal moment Randy ever has. Picture the back halls of late 80s mall at night. Echoes bounce off the tile floors. A cold draft that seems misplaced. Rows of fluorescent lights hum overhead. 2 shipments roll in. Crates filled with guitars and amplifiers. But one heavy crate with markings that don't look like anything Randy has ever seen before. It looked alien, not of this world. Then the bad guys show up. Not mall rats, real bad guys. There's an argument. Raised voices. A stench of truck exhaust and winter air. And then gunfire echoing off cinder block. 27 shots from 4 different weapons. But the thing that kills Randy isn't a bullet. It's the knife clean, deliberate thrusts from some hooded guy who doesn't make a sound when he moves. And Randy Wicklow dies on the cold concrete floor, just like that. Lights buzz back on. And Bunnyman, that's me, I'll tell you the truth. The robbery gone wrong version, that's the official story. The Wicklow version, something got loose. A Wicklow doesn't stay dead, not when their brother still needs them. 8 days before Christmas, the mall's packed. You can practically hear Aquanet mixing with cinnamon and pine. Jingle Bells plays over the PA too slow, slightly warped, like the tape's melting. And Randy wakes up, not in a hospital, not home, just awake. And he walks the same route he's walked 100 times past the shoe store, past the arcade lights, strobing through the security gate, past the Santa setup where everything smells like fake snow and sugar. Except now the mall feels wrong. Alive. Watching. He reaches the spot where the bookstore was, the one with all the old books, and lanterns and strange little artifacts that didn't belong in any normal mall. But now it's a granite wall, bare, covered by a wreath, no door, no windows, no store. People swear it was never there. And right beside it, a statue from the Wicklow Historical Preservation Collection, the redhead, the bookstore girl somehow sculpted perfectly, like she's mid-breath, about to move. Randy stares at it, noticing the Faith No More tattoo on the statue's hand, definitely not a radio station. And the mall growls with contentment. There's a crowd gathered, holiday shoppers cheering as Randy, newly alive, newly wrong, shreds Jingle Bell Rock. His fingers move like they are not his own. Hair longer, eyes brighter, posture loose and feral. He looks at the statue the whole time like he recognizes her, like she's pulling the notes through him, but he doesn't remember dying yet. That part comes later. Randy wakes up in one of these back rooms, hidden behind one of the mall's many facades. Yeah, back rooms. Nollybuck is beside him, smoking like he's been waiting hours. Well, that's because he had, and it was enough time for me to slip my own tape recorder in a special spot. Don't tell anyone. I will play the tape now. It's not perfect. Hold on. Wait. 3, 2, here it is.
Something is different. Nolan, I died, didn't I?
Yeah, but don't freak out. Kid, that little accident just woke up the Wicklow. It woke up the Wicklow in you.
What does that mean? Explain.
Means you can play well damn near anything. Stairway to Hell, Black Sabbath, whatever. All the licks, kid, all the chicks, kid. And that's just the start. We got all kinds of stuff to catch you up on.
There is still time then. Wait until the F&M goddess sees me now. I will learn all the songs they play on that station and play them for her in the bookstore.
Damn it, Randy, that's not why I brought up the guitar. Don't worry about her. We got work to do, kid.
I don't understand.
That was the moment Randy snapped. Right there on tape. The moment he turned, Randy storms into the mall. Christmas lights flickering. Shoppers whispering. Ornaments crackle as the static rolls off him. Decorations tremble. He tears down the giant holiday wreath, rips it clean off the granite. And behind it, nothing. No doorway. No store. Just cold stone. The mall doesn't give back what it takes. Red Mosh. This is where it all starts. Nollybuck's curse. Randy's resurrection. The mall waking up again. And those calls you're getting from 1989, they're only going to get louder.
Red Mosh bet I wouldn't say dissemination without laughing.